Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be for you, and welcome back to another DayZ Beginner's Guide to Surviving, hopefully, your first hour on Livonia. Sticking to Livonia again because of the 1.25 update and the fact that now everyone who owns DayZ on whatever platform has immediate accessibility to my favourite DayZ map. Bit different today. We're not on intens. We're on a full 60 out of 60 official first person only PC server, EU server. And this is one of the more typical Livonia spawns you might get, especially when you come from Chinaris. You're in a field. All you can see is trees. Thankfully, you haven't got to go far to find a road. You look one way, no help to me whatsoever. You look the other way, you see, civilization. And even if this is a town we've done before on an intense guide, we're going to just accept this spawn, because on an official server, especially if you're new to DayZ, you might just dive into an official server. Every experience is going to be different. So even if you've been here before, you've watched a guide, and you're thinking, why are you showing me all the points of interest of this town again? Which I'm not even entirely sure what it is, straight off the rip. If I had to guess, I would say we're on the outskirts of Brenna, which would be great because we haven't done a Brenna spawn. But yeah, we're going to take it anyway, because I'm going to try and describe every thought process of every interaction and every decision I make in this first hour, and whether I fall on my sword because of the decisions, or whether at the end of the hour we've got enough gear to go potentially on an epic adventure. We'll see how we get on. Playing DayZ for quite a few thousand hours now. You'd like to think, being as this is my favourite map, I can pick out where I am as soon as I start approaching town. But, do you know what? This is either Sobotka, Brenna, Lacau. Neither? Brenna, there you go. I was right first time. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And this is good, because we haven't done Brenna before. So let's see if I can survive. Even if it's not an hour-long video, if it's shorter, let's at least try and get you some points of interest you might want to loot up when you're first getting into Brenna. So as usual, we want to look for a melee weapon. It's not as bad as in tens. If we have to fight the zombies, we can do it with our fists. Particularly if it's only 1v1. If we get swarmed by the zombies, we can always practice trapping the zombies in a building, which is never a bad tactic. Excuse me? 3 big hits to the head should put them down. Not always, though. And when I played this server on stream yesterday, as we're recording this on the Wednesday, the 29th of May, played it on stream yesterday, it was carnage. I don't think I survived longer than 20 minutes per life. So I don't hold a lot of hope for this being a fun... We may even have to spawn it during a guide video, respawn for the first time. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going into the early houses. Oh my god. Finding a way to potentially protect ourselves or make a move on someone is always good, even though it's probably going to jam. Gloves is huge, because if we want to cut up a chicken or a player for bones and food, we're now not going to have to worry about bloody hands. Shots in the distance. Fantastic. Now you can tab in and out of trees. I'm not even sure what the fruit trees look like, because I don't do it that often. But if you're unsure of what is a fruit tree or not, I mean, there's no real harm in pressing tab if you're on PC and checking to see if there's any dried fruit or fresh fruit in the vicinity. Don't get in the habit of relying on fruit, though. Like I've said in other videos, try and get the means to fish or hunt before you have to rely on scraps. Try and find some food in houses. But I am going to take off my gloves. Why? Because I haven't got a melee weapon at the moment, and I don't want to ruin the gloves by punching multiple zombies. You may stick to the main road if you're not sure of the layout of Brenna. I know we're heading this direction eventually, But also I want to hit these sheds up, because we're still short of a melee, a blade for cutting stuff up. There's a chicken. We've just about got enough room in the inventory for a chicken. If we put the tracksuit jacket on, we've got even more room. Take our stuff back. Now let's go for the chicken. Sometimes they can really embarrass you. Especially in the long grass. Oh. There he is. Or she is. Luckily got that one. First attempt with a power hit. Let's take the gloves off, bro. So now we've got our first meal, potentially. Or at least bones from the chicken, which can help us to make improvised bone hooks. And feathers, which can help us make, potentially, some very nice bolts for a crossbow. Still need a knife, though, before we can chop the chicken up. We've got gloves to protect our hands, though. And let's just be a little bit thorough. We're keeping an eye out. See how I'm zooming in on PC? I'm pressing down on the wheel button on my mouse. These shots behind us, quite far away. Directionally, I think it's Colin Brody Way, or the military Grisnik, which is up the road, where we ended up logging off at the end of our last video, I believe. We'll put the cap on our head, why not? We're a bit follically challenged, so let's keep the breeze off the old noggin. Going back towards the main road. Again, I'm scanning, looking for player movement. Remember, we came in from that way. A couple more houses to loot. You can get animals, goats, sheep, spawning in the field behind here. So if you're lucky enough to find a BK or a shotgun, I mean, we could put them down with an IJ, but do we really want to be doing that? It's just an option. It's good to know where these animals can potentially spawn. Just another cap. We're still looking for our first bit of food. That's why I'm being more thorough than I might normally be. I'm not just sprinting to the PD, the medical, all the good stuff. I'm looking in cars. Never overlook those toilet blocks either. You get some good stuff potentially from those. I'm listening for footsteps. Is another freshie coming behind us? With the new spawn system introduced an update or two ago, people will now spawn in clusters. See the PD? There's the PD. Oh, and here's the new ambient music that was added in 1.25. I forgot I turned it on yesterday when I was on a run with Coop. So let me know what you think about the ambient music in the comments below. Would you rather I turn it off altogether? Do you like the fact that there's something in the background? Do we like the fact we're starving already? No. I can see it as maybe being a distraction, other players' footsteps, but why not? For science, we'll leave it on. Let's see if we get a copyright strike on the channel. I hope not, because it's fair use. The devs have said there shouldn't be any issues, so we'll test that out as well for science. Come on, give us a little bit of food. We don't want to have to... Well, we can't even cut the chicken up yet, but when we can... Do we really want to be starting a fire in a spawn area? Drawing attention? Not really. I know we've got a gun, so it could be a good way to bait someone in. A friend. Ideally, we could find enough food to keep us going without having to do that. Keep the chicken for a rainy day, you know? Not a great start in terms of food. I'm not going to hit that shed up, because food has become more of a desperate issue. We are going to go down this main road eventually, but I'm going to slightly veer off to hit the greenhouse. Some other houses. I can hear a cow in the distance. No way of hunting it really, though. Still no way of cutting it up, even if we could. So let's keep hitting the residential houses. There you go, big win, the cleaver. So now if times get hard and we start flashing apple, for example, desperately starving, we can cut the chicken up. We can use the bones from the chicken now as a improvised hook. And we'll probably get 3, 4, maybe even 5 chicken breast off it. Depends how lucky you are. Can hear a zombie. We can use the cleaver to kill zombies quicker than our fists as well. And potentially a player, if we don't want to go loud with the gun. See if Dopey's got anything on him. Say 2 to the head with the cleaver. Job done. Check the beige. The closer we get to the PD, the more danger we are in of bumping into someone else who's found a gun. Maybe a better gun than ours that isn't going to jam. I'm being a bit blasé. Oh, here we go. First bit of food. Glory be to thee, DayZ gods. With a little piker. Just keeps us going. Keeps us ticking over. But remember what I said in other videos. The longer your stats are in the yellow or red, more chance of you being susceptible to an illness, a cold, which can develop into a flu. It's not just your insulation, it's staying white temperature that will help that. It's quite bright, so I'm going to avoid the bright blue jacket for a second. I am going to check this shed, in case we get a really nice melee weapon like a sledgehammer. Nope. Or rope. Because now we've got bones from this chicken when we cut it up. If we found rope, we can fish then immediately. Timed that all wrong. Let's just get rid of this zombie. Not as quick as we'd have liked. It's fallen into the chicken coop or whatever that is, and it's glitched it so we can't loot it, which is always annoying, but these be DayZ problems. You know, if I saw someone now, I would definitely talk. I would definitely be friendly, even if I'm not entirely honest about my intentions, should we say. Maybe a bit disingenuous. But, especially if they look more geared than us, which wouldn't be difficult, we may have to talk ourselves out of a situation. But if we have to defend ourselves, that's what we'll do. So we're very, very close to the PD now, so my eyes are on stalks. I'm trying to listen for player movement, gun switches, reloading of weapons, and I might clear out this house opposite. There's a couple of police zombies here. Someone's made a fireplace in the shed. Interesting. Now, I'd like this zombie to aggro on me on his own, solo. I'd like to put him down with 2 or 3. Maximum hits. Get behind the shed, boy. Oh, 4. Really? Nothing on him. See how quickly I tabbed in? As his body was dropping to the floor, I was hitting the tab button, so I can check his loot very, very quickly. And just get out of there, not be stuck in the animation of looting for an unnecessary length of time. Zombies around the side of this house. I don't want to give anybody a gift in the PD of knowing we're outside in the vicinity. So I'm trying to get in this house without aggroing them all. Shut the door behind me. If someone tries to rush me, they've got to open the door now. Especially as I'm fighting a zombie. Making noise. Flashlight, we'll take it. Try and take it. Things do get dark on the official servers. And I'm scanning over. The front door of the PD's open. Never assume that means it's empty. We've got another zombie to deal with. I'm pulling the zombie away from the PD. Because if someone is in there and they decide to leave and they can see us, let's try and break line of sight between us and the PD. Let's not give someone an easy shot from on top of the roof while we're fighting a zombie, and that's beautiful. That fronter will keep us going a bit longer. Get some arrows going on our hydration in the right direction and a little bit of calorific intake. And here's your PD in Brenna, not far at all from where we spawned. But I'm scanning up and down the road. Can I see obvious movement? No. Sometimes you just got to go balls to the wall. You've just got to do it. So we're just going in. Just sending it. But I'm listening. And I'm ready to roll at an instant. 4-dial lock. Do you want to build a base? Not today. Tire iron's actually not a bad weapon against players. It will knock a player out quicker than a cleaver. Always go for blunt melee weapons over sharp melee weapons if you're fighting a player. Always go for sharp melee weapons over blunt when you're fighting a zombie. Hello? Friendly man? That is a tactic. If you're unsure whether anybody's upstairs, even when you're listening, or especially if you hear shuffling, footsteps, talk first, maybe avoid a fight. They've definitely got the upper hand on you if they're holding this angle when you come up the stairs, especially if they got a shotgun. It's probably game over. This gun's almost certain to jam, even though the mag's pristine. Someone could peek their head now around that corner. We might get a headshot on them. Don't think we're going to find a lot in here. It is a spawn town PD. So don't be surprised if you find nothing other than a player camping in the corner. And yeah, that's exactly what we've got. Check these lockers. You get to know where the spawns are. I'm going to check the roof. I don't care. If we get sniped, we get sniped. Some people neglect the roof. Ammo can spawn up here. Stab vests. We got basically 0 from this PD, which is great. But at least you guys got to see where it is in Brenna. When you come out the front door, I'm waiting to see if I'm going to get jumped. But remember to check this. Will spawn police loot. And we're going to get to our first well in a second. We're not exactly desperate for it. But it's there. Just under that big tree. 2 wells in Brenna. They're very close to one another. If you can find this church, you're going to find both wells. Check to see if someone's looting the garages. Can't see anything. We're gonna loot this first. There's disinfectant on the well. I can hear another chicken as well. I don't know if we've got room to carry 2 without a bag. But we don't actually need to sip from this well because our hydration is in the white. Now I'm fighting the zombie with a tire iron. I didn't really mean to. We're getting some desync. But it was the first thing I grabbed. Let's take the bag. Now we could carry that second chicken. We've definitely got room for things like disinfectant, so we'll take it. There's the chicken. There's another zombie on us, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. See how I move myself into the bush? If someone comes up the street to our left, they probably won't see us. Oh, here we go. Please, zombie with a stabby. Aim for the head. Aim as high as you can. Don't use a knife. More chance of ruining the vest with a knife. Now we got stab vest. We got some AK ammo in a SSG magazine as well from that dude. The other well is next to the pub. As I'm looking at it now, it's to the left, behind this double. A hat. Another code lock, a jerry can. Not great. I'm going to show you the long way round to the gas station. Now, the gas station is where most shenanigans will occur, in my opinion, in Brenna. But I'm going to, instead of going down this main street, quickest way to the gas station is down this main street, okay? Right down the bottom there. We're going to try and get the chicken. The chicken. First attempt. Beautiful. Hit it with a running power attack with anything, even your fists, and you should take a chicken down. So food, no longer an issue now. I'd love to find some on the move without having to cook this chicken. And there's an in-game map if you need it to see where you are. Top north central. See the big red dot? Brenna. I don't want to study that too long and take a bullet to the back of the head, so we'll move on. We're never neglecting cars. We're always looking, because you might get it. A Zagorki bar. Some Zagorki peanuts. I'm shutting the door behind me. And we were almost hoping this is empty with nobody holding an angle, and it is. Just to give us enough time to eat the peanut bar. And get our arrows going back in the right direction when it comes to food. I'm stopping talking to listen. Make sure my door downstairs isn't being opened. We're not being rushed. Again, I'm not going to drink at the well, but if you're desperate still, there it is. Just in front of that brick building. I'm always aware of my surroundings, and loot does spawn on the well, so even if you're not having a drink, make sure there's not something there that you need. We don't want a hat. Shutting the door behind me. Picking up some salty sticks. Nice little snack. Not great, but better than nothing. See, we've cut through this house, but all we've done is cut the corner a little bit of this road. If you'd have gone around the brick building, we will search that house over there. And we're going to go down this road. It takes you to the medical, where you're going to hopefully get some bandages, an EpiPen, maybe a saline, and an IV start kit. All the good stuff. A morphine. And again, a fireplace. Not in an actual fireplace. Just one in the doorway. As you do. Welcome to official. We'll take the hip pack, which comes with more food. And a map of Livonia. Beautiful. A hip pack of dreams. I'm not really desperate to search the big barns, even though you could get a shotgun there with a round in it. So by all means, be my guest. But for the purposes of the video and progression, we're going to head on down towards the medical, looking to make sure nobody is sneaking behind me. They could have been following us the whole time. It's about 6:37 AM in-game time, so visibility is pretty good, but there's still a little bit of an underlying mist. I can already see an NBC zombie down there. Whenever you see a medically dressed zombie, NBC, the ones wearing the green, red, blue paramedic jackets, the nurses, you know the drill. That'll indicate you're close to a medical, believe it or not. So if you are lost in Brenna and you suddenly see one of those chaps, you're in the right direction. We'll pick up some revolver ammo, some Derringer ammo. We don't want the pink. Oh, we'll pick up some 22 and an MK magazine. See, when you're thorough, it doesn't take long, although we're still yellow for food and water. But we have got 2 chickens on us. If this is you playing and you're taking your time, you know, you might be risking a fire in here now. Just cook the chicken up. See who comes knocking. Why not? That ambient music. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, beautiful. I'm not screaming out to myself that I'm a fan. Now, another map. Don't need that. But I'm going to be a little bit pedantic and take the better conditioned hip pack. Now, I find the food. Am I over the moon? Do I crack it open straight away? Not really, because I could be just doing that. Someone comes in with a baseball bat. We don't even get to taste the beautiful baked beans. So I'm dipping into a bush. Someone might have just watched me do this whole move. And they might still come in swinging, but it's a lot less likely to be discovered eating your baked beans. Sitting in a bush. And I'm even going to allow myself the chance to eat them here while I'm stationary with gunshots ringing all around. And this dollar store Enya music playing in my ears. I'm not sure about it. I said we'll experiment today though. Leave it on. I'm checking up the path. Why are you checking the path? Small stones, remember? That we can craft into stone knives? We might have got lucky. We didn't. Ooh. Oh, let's switch to our cleaver. It's still worn. If it was badly damaged, I would use the tire iron on zombies, but while it's still worn, I'd rather put Banana Man down quicker, potentially, with the cleaver. Just be done with it. Oh my word. Totally misuse the broken running attack there to get another 4th power hit in. Still working our way down, left to right, down the street towards the medical. Seeing if we can get lucky again. Massively lucky. Fishing rod. Not going to use the ski mask, it's not winter. But remember, when we cut up any of these chickens, we're going to get bones for a hook. We've now got a fishing rod, and I'm keeping it in the bag because, believe it or not, you can get killed for a fishing rod on this game. So we don't want to advertise the fact that we've got one. You've probably seen the medical already. There it is. We're going to see if we can get a spare bandage, something, anything. But at least we've shown you that point of interest that is Brenna medical. Medical zombie, medical zombie. Chance of dropping medical loot. So imagine this is empty. Your only option of getting something might be from a zombie, a medical zombie. So you might have to go around killing them to almost make it worth your while. I'm closing the doors behind me. People have got to give me an audio cue now if they want to attack. Check behind the door, only gloves. And always check the clothing. No plus sign. A plus sign would have meant there was loot inside the pockets. Oh, we've got an EpiPen, that's great. And an EpiPen will always go on my hotbar. If somebody starts shooting us, they've clearly got a big boy gun. There's 2 of them maybe, or more. I've got an option now of breaking line of sight, popping the EpiPen and running for my life. And sometimes, knowing when to dip is just as good as standing there and letting bravado and your ego take over and you're back to the coast. Or you're back to the spawn if you're on Livonia. Now, unlike other medicals, medical stuff does not spawn in the vicinity of the medical. You'd expect this car, at least, to have a chance of spawning a bandage. No such luck. Pumpkin seeds. Now, the gas station is that way. That has a little military tent. Oh my god, what am I talking about? Today, it is spawning medical loot. Have they changed that? I don't know. But I'm going to practice what I preach, and I'm going to kill this medical zombie in the hope of another bandage or another EpiPen. Nothing. Great. I'm going to walk this way, even though I plan to go back this way and show you the gas station if we can stay alive, because at the end of this road is another popular Brenna spawn location. Okay? And I'm going to go down there to give you the point of view that you might get if you spawn in and you wonder, where am I? Not great if it's in conditions like this, because your visibility is going to be affected, but I just want to try and give you that extra perspective, because obviously we spawned at one end of Brenna. You could quite easily spawn the other. Check the greenhouses, you never know. You might get some food or a can of soda. Or sweet FA. Thank you. There are some garages to loot. If you haven't already found a fishing rod like we did, a good melee weapon, don't put the motorcycle helmets on. It'll only muffle your voice. We might find some rope in these. We're in the sheds, so that's why we're looking. Well, that's why you might look if you haven't found the fishing rod. Another little 3-doll. I'm going to go with a beanie. Extra insulation, particularly as the weather's bad. We have got tetracycline, though, to cure a cold if we get one. Some alcohol. We've already got disinfectant. But we got some more food. Another piker. Great. And drop loot. So we're just going to end the video now. We're going to log off and cry in the corner. Let's have a look what this is. Who's been dropping loot? Showing a sign of player activity. Oh, it's a small stone. Obviously someone who doesn't realise you can combine a small stone with a boulder. Or another small stone to make a stone knife. And if you don't need a knife, you can then use that to make an improvised spear. which we've shown is a very good weapon against players and zombies alike. Hop the fence, even though there's a gap right next to it, because you want to work on your cardio. And grab the bear trap, because we're feeling mischievous today. Pick up the tuna. Set the bear trap. Possibly going to make someone's day a little less enjoyable. We're going to go around the front and we're going to shut the door. That's right. What a swine. Now these fairgrounds, a flag there would give you the ability to get 6 rags. So if you're still looking for your rope, you know the drill by now. 6 rags plus 6 rags equals rope. Cut that up by all means. But you can spawn in this field. So you might get this sort of perspective. You're more likely to be further back. But you're going to be looking, and maybe you see the Ferris wheel. That's probably going to be the first thing you see. So you can then think, oh right, okay, I'm in Brenna. I'm going to come in here straight away. Hit up the car. Hit up this. Oh! Which is going to amazingly give us a box of shotgun ammo. A hunter jacket. Fantastic. And that again is why we do not neglect these little caravans. There's a compass. If you're new to Livonia, you've got a map and a compass now. If you were lucky enough to find one like we were. And always check Ferris area. Okay, a helmet. Not the best loot, but it has the propensity to spawn hunting gear, as you saw there. Carnival mask. Not the best. And don't forget where you put your bear traps. The amount of times I've set one and then just stepped into the same house. Have I looted here yet? Done. Zombie up ahead. Weather's clearing a bit. And in a previous video, I believe we either went to or mentioned Sobotka. Well, that is Sobotka over there. And I'm going to show you the potential ways you might want to leave Brenna, like we tried to do at the end of every walkthrough. First 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour, however long the video goes. Medical zombie, because we didn't get much medical loot. We're going to hope to get better from this dude. We're going to pull him out of the line of sight of the main road. And there you go. Job's a good one. Finally got our bandage. Was anyone coming behind us? Now looting the medical? Anyone creeping in the trees? Be aware, Livonia loves a good bush to hide in. Loves giving little rats plenty of opportunities to just jump you and give you that extra set of palpitations. But I'm going to take you to where probably most of the murders occur in Brenna. Because most freshies who know Livonia, whichever way they spawn in to Brenna or Sobotka, will make their way here, because there's a couple of nice things you could potentially loot, which you should be looting. And I hope we don't get one tapped before I show them to you, but if we do in the next 2-3 minutes, remember, there's the bridge. That's Sobotka. Directly opposite that bridge, our side, is this gas station. A little bit of military, and there's a police guard shack just up the road. We want to try and hit all of those before leaving. But in a full server, you'd be exceptionally lucky to get around there without having some company. Look at the military zombies. Giving you a clue, if you didn't already know it, there's some military loot around. Military tent, perhaps. Barracks. I know it's a military tent. A couple of containers. If you can comfortably kill these zombies, though, by all means do it, because they could drop you a box of 45, a combat knife, some 5.56, 5.45, no, 5.56, maybe a flare. There's an actual working truck there. Would you believe it? Probably missing a couple of wheels. Handsaw. See, I'm looking ahead. Can I see anybody in the window of the police guard shack? Oh my god, looks like someone's trying to get that truck going. Spare wheels in the back already. So I'm on edge a little bit. I'd probably try and talk to someone still, even because we've only got a badly damaged IJ with, what, 6 shots? And look at that, dead player in the road. What a shock. Welcome to Brenna, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you what that dead player does represent, though. Bones. If we hadn't already had 2 chickens on us, we would cut them up and get the bones and go fishing. If we didn't have a fishing rod, we could combine their guts with a blade to make rope. And job's a good one, but what a terrible place to have to cut someone up. You're very exposed to someone rushing you and attacking you. Don't neglect these sheds. For some reason, probably because they're in the vicinity of the tent, military tent, you can get some decent stuff in them. Not today. Been talking a load of rubbish, haven't I, about the vicinities today? Maybe I've been playing too much in 10s. Probably nothing in here worth looting. Battered gloves. Oh, a hammer's nice because we can make our own stones for stone knives. If we're going fishing. We got plenty of stuff for fishing now. How did this dude meet his end? Were they murdered? Maybe. Oh my word. Bodies. Plenty of bones. So if you wanted to go fishing, plenty of bones. There's been a little rumble in the jungle in Brenna. Fair to say, some freshies. Look at that, MK2. Bro. Walking away with the gun in our hand. We look like the murderer now, don't we? We've got 2 pistols now, though. I swear to God, it wasn't me. I know I left the battery back there. If that was you, by all means, pick up what you want off the corpses, but staying around this lot too long. It's just asking to join them in the afterlife. Quick scan of the tent. Nothing. You want to go to the military container next? After dealing with Laughing Boy. Try and bring him into the bushes. Don't give any potential murderer an easy kill on you. Even when you're hitting the zombie, you want to be flicking your head left and right in between strikes. Listening to see if someone's going to jump you. Badly damaged, don't want them. Food, wonderful. Oh, my favourite pants in the game. Okay, they're not black, but I'm going to wear them. Taking a risk here, just to eat the rice. I'm standing still. We could be popped at any moment from the trees. I'm shutting this. Wow, there's our battery anyway. Very quickly grabbing all our loot. Wow, took too long. I'm not going to search every car now. We've just found food. Water is an issue. But we're never a million miles away from a well when we're up north, to be honest. And we've just about got enough hydration to leg it to the next town. I'll show you the direction where we're going. So remember we came down the main road, then we went left. Oh, sorry, we went left, we wrapped around. More gloves. Don't sleep on the Humvee. Military loot can spawn around these Humvees. So I'm keeping an eye and an ear out if I can with the ambient music and the rain. But I'm just tabbing into the vicinity. All sides of the Humvee, nothing. Carry handle for an M4, I believe that was. I'm looking behind me. Can I see anyone chasing? No. And I'm going to leave town this way. And when we did a Glenis spawn, the place with the prison, I can't remember if I showed you how to leave Glenis and get to Brenna. Well, you'll eventually come into Brenna this way if you leave Glenis and head east. See? Coming into Brenna. I think at the end of one of the videos I said, oh, this is a really nice pond to fish. because you can just hide away in the trees. Just looking to see if anybody was doing that. But because we're only 40 minutes in, I'm going to sprint for as much as I can to give you at least eyes on Gleniska, something you can recognise from the Gleniska video. I can't remember if we were on Intense or Vanilla for that Gleniska one, but the view will be the same regardless. Remember, I think the last thing we looted was one of those Livonia pillbox concrete guard towers, or whatever they're called. We'll try and get you up to there, so that you can at least say, oh right, okay, if I'm in Gleniska and I want to get to Brenna, we just do the opposite of this run. So you come all the way away. We can't even see the gas station anymore. We've left Brenna behind us. We're making sure no one's creeping in the trees. And we always glance right at this fork in the road, because you can get a police crash convoy just by there. Not today. When we get to Gleniska, if you watch the Gleniska video, you know there are two wells. One of them's on the main road, one of them's down by the medical. So the fact that we're in yellow is not bothering me, because I've got food on me, which gives you hydration. So while we're waiting for the stamina to recover, why don't we smash in a can of tuna? I actually forgot about the food, I won't lie. And I've preached before, never carry food on you, unless you absolutely have to. I know we're carrying the chickens, but I mean easily edible food like chips, crackers, salty sticks, tuna, sardines. If you can smash them down you, get them down you. I thought we had 2 cans. No, okay. Even though it's peeing down with rain, the inventory's giving me major OCD. Glow stick, probably won't end up keeping it, but what I want to do is just do a little bit of this. Okay, a little bit of utility and a chicken down there. Medical supplies in my pants. Well, we could put them in the hip pack actually. Ooh, shots ahead. Shots. Shots fired, shots fired. Let's keep firepower and ammo up here. Okay. Spare clip for the MK there, even though it's battered. More medical supplies. Medical. How many slots for our chicken? That many. The hammer, annoyingly, doesn't go anywhere. I'm not going to take it. But you probably should. Especially if you're new to the game, you want to go fishing. You could find a boulder. You'll get a prompt when you have the hammer in your hand that will allow you to make a large stone and then split it into smaller stones. Or sometimes you get a prompt that just makes you make small stones. Until you wear the hammer out completely, you ruin it. But then you've got multiple small stones, depending on the condition of your hammer or your crowbar. Tire iron actually doesn't work on the rocks. A wrench will work. Obviously a sledgy. Probably don't want to use it for that though. You want to use it for boinking people on the head. Getting that guaranteed one tap uncon with a power hit. Very satisfying. Weather not really great for long distance visibility, but oh, there you go. Slowly we can see Gleniska, the industrial area. And when we turn this bend, we should be able to make out, there we go, there's the bunker. Concrete guard shack? Don't know what to call it. Pillbox. There's another one over there actually. So if you're really short on knives, gloves, anything that could be military boots, dead players in the middle of the road. Wonderful. We could be ending it on a high here by getting sniped. Because this seems very, very suspicious. Bro's got a BK? Oh, we're spending far too long on this body. There you go, that'll do. We haven't got BK ammo. We haven't got a shotgun. But I tell you what, if we found some 7x39, it would be Monday, Tuesday, happy days. To give us a bit of range. Even going to hotbar it in case we find it quickly. There's nothing in it. Shots in the distance sound like shotgun shots, I want to say. Badly damaged ATOG, no thanks. Not great. And, you know, it wouldn't be like me to not want to get into a little bit of action at the end. So even though we've done Gleniska, the shots don't seem too far off in the distance. So let's end the video by trying to go out with a bang, literally. What would be great is us to find some more 380. Nice fishing rod on him. More 380 or a better condition mag would have been fantastic. There's another guard shack over here if you refer back to your Gleniska guide. I'm stopping sprinting though when we get close to it in case someone's so preoccupied with looting they don't hear us. Coming up on them and, you know, maybe we see them there through the window. Check the car. I'm trying to listen. Civilian clothing? Quickly put the suppressor on. Civilian clothing in the police shack told me that someone has swapped out those pants for some police pants. There you go. Player. Is it the shooter? Don't know. He's got a gun though. He's got a scorpion by the sounds of it. And he's shooting all the zombos. And we've got a zombo. Oh no. So we back away from the shots. We may lose sight now of this dude. Particularly with the weather. This irritation. We're outgunned massively. Scorpion versus battered IJ, but never stopped us trying, did it? Let's go round the back, but try not to aggro any zombies. Now, was he in that one, or was he in the one past it? Yeah, he's in that one. I just seen him in the window, I'm pretty sure. Or is that him running out? Or are the zombies still going bonkers? We don't want the zombies. So this is one of the worst things about stalking someone. Sometimes you see them fighting the zombies, you think, haha, get messed up. Go get them, zombies. Next thing you know, zombies see you. All your cover is blown. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But yeah, extremely strong chance we're going to die, but, you know. We've already done all the points of interest of Brenna, so let's try and end it with a bit of action for everybody who stuck around and watched the whole of the vid. You legends. Oh my god, they've actually got a fire going in there. Right on. Zombie outside. See if we now crept round the front to rush in. Zombie would give us away. Probably will now in a minute. Hear him jump in then inside. Maybe trying to get a view out back. Can't climb on anything to get more height. Sounds like they're patching stuff up. If they've got a lockpick, we're going to give ourselves away trying the door. like that. Son of a bitch. We had to take that chance, though, because I heard them reloading. So if they're in the middle of the reloading animation, putting the clip back in the gun, they're done if we rush them, hopefully. Oh, wow. Got the headshot. Is there only one, though? We don't know. Poor guy. Batter the door. Let's batter the zombie. Oh, hello, sir. They may get a Glenis spawn. Very good chance of it, actually. So, we're on the clock. This zombie's very annoying. Extremely. Extremely annoying. I mean, at least they didn't cut us. There's the door. Pistol out again in case there's two. Probably is. Most people like hand holding, don't they? No. What am I going for? Lockpick. Of course I am. We know he's locked the door. We knew he had locked the door. So why wouldn't we go for the lockpick? What have you got for us, son? You've got a jammed gun. That's what you've got. Got some bones, feathers. Thank you. Very kind of you. I didn't know we had a pristine mag, so we're going to take these bullets out. We're going to keep this one. Why not? Load up. Someone pushes us now and batters the door open. We're going to have to fight regardless, so... Get away from the window. We don't want to be suffering the same fate as Laughing Boy. Oh, wow. Now we got a better gun. We just got a buff out of that as well, somehow. Shoulder the shotgun. Get our rounds ready in case we have to fire off too quickly and we miss. We want to reload. They're open now. Got to get the special angle on this guy. I mean, I could drop the tire iron. I could drop the BK because we haven't got ammo and have a really nice melee weapon for players. Ooh, it's ruined shots on him. That's weird. Oh. Okay. Won't bother with that. Take the BK ammo. Now we can hunt animals or players at range. Duct tape. More ammo for the MK. More ammo for our IJ. We can't even carry. Why can't we carry it? Let's get rid of the bones. We're going to get bones off the chickens. So let's make way for the bones. Oh, we did take the IJ ammo. Okay. And then practice what you preach. Odd. Practice what you preach. Never stay at the scene of the crime longer than you have to. Always be ready for someone camping your door when you leave. And get away from the scene of the crime. And if we go towards Lacau Airfield, which is permanently gassed on official and vanilla servers, most of them, you're probably unlikely to run across another player straight after while the adrenaline is still running and you want to get your loot sorted. You've taken what you want, but You may even have taken too much. You might have got greedy like I do. You're probably going to have less chance of running into freshies, running towards a permanently gassed area. Why would they be heading that way when they haven't got full NBC? You know? So that's the type of thought process I'm going through. You might see someone running around the gas from Lacau, which is that way. And I'm making sure I'm not being followed. And for some reason we've only got one slug in our gun, which could have been disastrous. And as we bring it up to 55 minutes approaching the hour, can we get a like on the video? Can we even get a little subscription if you're not already subscribed? Just for that beautifully timed headshot on that dude and the massive, I would call that a bit of a snowball with the shotty, the BK. Tons of ammo for that. We got more ammo for that now. Look at the good stuff we got from our fella. We haven't even cut our chickens up yet. And hopefully you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.